Hello and welcome to another update video about Doge. Let's take a look at the 1 hour Doge chart, and the market is still sort of ranging, you could say, still an overall sideways correction. The third wave of this rally topped most likely here around the 4th of March. We're now dealing with a wave 4 correction, and it seems to me as if this is developing as some kind of a flat structure. At least that's my preferred option. I've got some other ideas, but this is sort of what I'm primarily following. In this scenario, the fourth wave is still unfolding. So we had an A wave low that was put in around the 20th of March. B wave corrective rally topped around 22.8 cents, 23 cents. And that was an overshooting B wave only in 3 waves, however. And the C wave to the downside could basically be unfolding right now. This C wave to the downside should be a 5-wave pattern. And at the moment it's so choppy, you have a lot of overlap, so it's not impulsive to the downside. It's not impulsive to the downside, but it could be an ending diagonal. So for example, the third wave of the C wave of wave 4 is likely an ABC structure. Okay, the wave 1 was also an ABC. So nothing's changed. So we talked about that in the last video already, that this wave 2 rally completed here around 22.5 cents, and then probably the third wave started. But that this move down looks like a 5-wave move. So it can't be all of 3 because wave 1 is a 3-wave move. That's where it gets very academic. It's not so important to focus too much on the microstructure, but that's sort of the pathway I potentially here see. Maybe that C wave is developing as some kind of an ascending, broadening wedge pattern, but bear in mind the wave B hasn't put a top in place yet. If we look at this wave count, it suggests that the price should still come down lower, possibly to around about 14 cents next. That's the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement, which is an ideal target for a 4th wave anyway. But also, just below that, at 13.3 cents, we have the 100% extension level of the A wave. That's an ideal target for a C wave. So, you know, that's sort of what I'm looking at here. And therefore, I don't see any evidence that the low is already in, especially not with the 3-wave move up recently that we had with a top at 23 cents. That is just a corrective rally, in my opinion. If it continues to follow to the downside, then I will consider this microstructure preferred. Okay, that this current rally is a B wave, as long as the price stays below the wave 2 high, and that's at 22.5 cents. However, we can also identify standard resistance for this current B wave rally, and this standard resistance typically ranges up to the 78.6 retracement, in this case at 21.2 cents. So we have here this sort of ABC structure in wave B, and then a C wave to the downside could still follow. But again, it's just standard resistance. Ideally the B wave reacts there. So don't consider this trend line important. I just have it there as just sort of to help understand that it could form this kind of pattern if we see a top here in this region, and then the price might follow that kind of wedge pattern further to the downside. Again, as I said in some other videos, the main concern for most traders should be when this chart turns again from a corrective mode into impulsive mode to the upside, when the overall uptrend continues. At the moment, yes, we've seen a bit of a counter reaction, but these corrections always do that, especially in ending diagonals. We see a little bit of a decline in slow motion. We've made a lower low, not yet a higher high. So I'm watching out for a lower high here, and then possibly the next move down as a lower low again. That's my update about Doge. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.